Immigration is hiring. They're offering 50,000 sign-on bonus. Hola verga.
Damn, 50,000?
And if you get hired, they're gonna pay your school loans. Hola verga.
Oh shit, Dad. Hey, that's a good idea.
¿Cómo que that's a good idea, pendejo? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, Dad, $50,000 is a lot, and they're paying your school loans. Hey, that's a good idea.
Pendejo, they're trying to separate the families. You know I don't have paper, and your mom neither, vato.
I was just saying, pa, no
I was just saying, pendejo, you better think before you start talking,
Feel that energy, your pulse quickens as you hear this. Imagine walking into your future with a $50,000 check waiting for you. No, you're not dreaming. That's exactly what ICE is offering to new recruits right now. And what's driving them to drop half $100,000 just to get you in the door? And how do you make sure you are the one walking away with the gold? Stick around. This might just change your life.
So ICE has increased their signing bonuses to $50,000, up from the original $30,000, and that does not include the $45,000 potential annual bonus, even though most Americans get a $2,500 annual bonus. ICE now has more money than the entire Russian military, and they're getting their student loans forgiven, but we can't give raises to teachers or forgive student loans for nurses, doctors, teachers, etc. And while they claim that we do not have the budget to provide health care or to have pediatric cancer research, and that most Americans will be paying increased insurance premiums as early as next year because of subsidies being withdrawn from the Affordable Care Act, we apparently have enough money to give $50,000 bonuses to Gestapo soldiers who will wear masks and execute arrests without warrants and deport both U.S. citizens and legal residents to third world countries that they've never been to, as well as people who are attending their immigration meetings. We also apparently don't have enough money for healthcare or education or infrastructure, but we have enough for a $200 million gold-plated ballroom outside of the White House, and now the entire Rose Garden has been paved over to make a type of beach platform similar to Mar-a-Lago that will also cost another $100 million. And the plane from Qatar that Trump is retrofitting that will cost taxpayers $1 billion, we have money for that. And also, by the way, when he leaves office, he gets to keep it. Senator Chris Murphy tried to issue an amendment that he would not get to take the plane with him that taxpayers have paid to retrofit, and it was voted down by Republicans who voted that Trump should be able to take the plane. Do you see the problem now? We are the richest fucking country in the world. We have the money for healthcare and good education and good infrastructure. Everyone could have their basic needs met. But instead, we've got a bunch of people claiming fiscal responsibility, blowing money on a gold-plated ballroom instead of taking care of citizens, hiring a bunch of Gestapo agents to silence anybody who says no, and cheating their way through elections by gerrymandering just openly and in public. I'm fucking sick of this.
Well, I've spoke to a few officers that are actually making a transition over to ICE, as far as leaving their departments to go over to ICE and cash on that $50,000 sign-on bonus. And what I'm seeing is it's not so much the $50,000. Sure, it's enticing and $50,000 is always nice, but they're not happy with the places that they're working at now. So when everyone's like, hey, it's not good practices to poach from other departments, people are poaching all the time. I mean, salaries are getting raised, incentives are getting raised. People are leaving to go to other places. Loyalty is kind of getting thrown out the window because your department is not so loyal to the officer anymore. So until that happens, police officers are just going to go wherever the best money is, the best pay is, the best benefits are, the best working conditions are. They're not going to be loyal anymore. And they shouldn't be loyal because you're not being loyal to them. So for all those people complaining, make your departments better, and then your officers won't leave.
The $50,000 bonus for new ICE agent recruits is not worth it. I don't know what young person needs to hear this, but if you give me just 30 seconds, I'm sure you're going to make your decisions. They have probably told you that you will be taking narcotics off of the streets, that you will be finding and capturing known murderers, but that is not what you'll be doing. I've been an immigration and detention advocate since 2017, and I've worked with ICE setting up visitation programs to bring people from the outside to visit people in detainment. Just this last month, ICE put out a report saying over 60% of the people detained since October have no criminal records. You will be arresting people with zero criminal records, some people who have been here nearly their whole lives. The federal government has taken out a big campaign to advertise And I feel like at least somebody should warn you, this is not a good idea. It is not worth feeding your family, starting your family on the backs of families that you have broken up. It is not worth feeding your children at the dinner table with foods that have been gathered and harvested by the very people whose windows you will be smashing. Our undocumented neighbors collect upwards of 40% or more of our food. They feed us. They start businesses. They run soup kitchens in our churches. They're on our PTAs. Our neighbors are an integral part of our community and always have been. If you sign up now, you'll be a part of the surge that tries to deport 1 million people per year. I work in end-of-life care. I work with dying people every day, helping them make sense of their lives, looking back over what their life meant, what their work meant, what their life means now as they approach death. And I can promise you, there will not come a day when you are getting close to death and you look back on what you've done and you will regret not deporting more families. That won't happen. But I can tell you what will happen if you take that money. You will be the reason people disappear, that there are holes left in our community, that people's children will lose friends at school, that coworkers will lose their supportive presence at work, that businesses will shut down. Politicians and people in power will not tell you this, but so many people live their lives climbing up ladders and then one day realize the ladder is on the wrong wall. Almost nobody has it figured out when it comes to career. It is a lot of money, but you will live the rest of your life knowing what you did.
Up until today, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, was only allowed to hire agents under the age of 40. Today, Trump's Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem scrapped that rule.
We've removed any of the age barriers. We no longer have a cap on how old you can be.
ICE agents can now be as old as the day is long, it turns out. Come on down, Grandpa. They'll still take you. Doesn't matter how old you are. And at the same time, yesterday, 404 Media reported that ICE is also ramping up its effort to recruit young people. The agency is reportedly looking for a digital advertising company to, quote unquote, dominate digital media channels, targeting Gen Z via ads on social media and on streaming services like Hulu and HBO Max. They want old people, they want young people, they want anyone they can get, it seems. They've already seen ICE flood social media with recruitment ads like this one, quote, America needs you. Join ICE now. Or this one, quote, want to deport illegals with your absolute boys? Go to joinice.gov. I'm clearly not the target audience for that in any way, shape, or form. Or this post, which says, quote, defend your culture. No undergraduate degree required. Phrase your culture is doing a lot of offensive work there in that old advertisement. ICE has even sent targeted emails to hundreds of local police officers and sheriff's deputies across the country, trying to poach them, angering local law enforcement leaders. As one Florida police chief put it to NBC News, quote, everybody's so pissed. The reality is that local law enforcement salaries can't compete. Thanks to more than $29 billion in funding for hiring and training for Trump's big ugly bill, ICE is now offering up to $50,000 in a signing bonus to new recruits and up to $60,000 of student debt repayment. You could be 18, you could be 75, you don't need a college degree, they'll take you, you can hang out with your absolute boys and defend your culture. And they'll give you a big fat bonus and pay off your student loans if you've got them.
ICE is going on a massive hiring spree. The so-called One Big Beautiful Bill signed into law by President Trump gave ICE $75 billion to expand the administration's crackdown on illegal immigration. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons told me he plans to use the funding to hire 10,000 additional employees at the agency. And to do so, the Trump administration has started an aggressive recruiting effort to bolster ICE's ranks, including by using images of Uncle Sam telling applicants that the country needs them to deport immigrants in the U.S. illegally. ICE is offering them a $50,000 signing bonus, up to $60,000 in student loan repayments, and other benefits. And just today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced the administration will be eliminating an age cap for new ICE officers in an effort to expand the pool of eligible applicants. Critics have expressed concerns about ICE's effort at a time when the agency is facing mounting scrutiny over its aggressive tactics, including the use of masks by agents during arrest operations. But the Trump administration is hoping this campaign will pave the way for ICE to carry out 1 million deportations per year.
Let's unravel this explosive opportunity together. First off, $50,000, it's not pocket change. It's real money that could pay off student loans, jumpstart a saving fund, buy a car, or even unblock investments in your future. Yeah, so this isn't just a bonus, it's a statement. ICE is saying we are serious about attracting top talent and we are willing to invest big to make it happen. So, what's behind this move? Okay, right now, ICE is facing increased staffing challenges, BADs, retirements, operational demands, skyrocketing nationwide. They need qualified, committed recruits who can hit the ground running, and they're willing to sweeten the deal to cut through the noise of competing agencies. By dangling such a hefty bonus, they ignite media attention, social buzz, and of course, curiosity. You're watching because you want the inside scoop. Now, if you're considering applying, you need to know more than just the money. How do you qualify? Typically, these sign-on bonuses come with strings attached, minimum service obligations, performance standards, and eligibility criteria. Think clean, background check, physical fitness, benchmarks, training course completion, maybe even geographical placement. Break the service term or don't hit performance metrics, that bonus might turn into a replacement clause. Yeah, so the contract matters. Read the fine print, know what you're signing up for. So here's another angle. What's the mindset you need? Landing that $50K isn't just about passing tests. It's about demonstrating reliability, adaptability, and a readiness for mission-driven work. So ICE has incredibly high stakes, border security, national priorities, complex legal frameworks. And if you know intelligence, discipline, and resilience, you're not just a recruit, you're an asset. Yeah, so think long-term benefit too. That bonus is a fast track to financial cushion, but the real value might be the career trajectory. ICE offers training, advancement, special assignments, federal pension benefits. That $50K could be the lever that lifts you into a lifetime of service, stability, and even upward mobility. And here's where your advantage lies. Most viewers like you haven't yet applied, so you can prepare smart, practice resilience and situational awareness. Get in shape, polish your background, maybe even touch base with current agents or alumni to know what they truly look for. Be the candidate who doesn't just chase money, but embodies the values behind it, yeah? Like integrity, dedication, mission. Yes. Now, let's address the unanswered question. Is this bonus guaranteed or is it limited term? Often, these incentives are for a set time or class, maybe tied to certain training locations or appointment dates. That means timing your application is critical. Hit record in the recruitment process. Ask recruiters directly about deadline windows and don't wait. To wrap up, $50K is an attention-grabbing headline, but the real story is about opportunity, responsibility, and even strategic action. If you align intention with preparation, follow through on your commitment and your own readiness, this bonus becomes more than money. It becomes the spark of your transformative journey. Yeah, so stay tuned, and when you do apply, do it with purpose, clarity, and that high vibe energy that got you here in the first place.